for Thanksgiving leftovers. Please welcome Chef Bianca Osbourne. Happy post-Thanksgiving.
Happy post-Thanksgiving.
So instead of just making sandwiches, you're really upping our game here.
Always upping the game on Marilyn Denis.
I know.
But the thing about Thanksgiving leftovers is people are always just thinking turkey, which is great.
Yeah.
But also we can repurpose other things on the Thanksgiving table with like creativity.
So you're making turkey stuffing dumpling soup.
Yes.
Ah.
So the dumplings are made from the stuffing. Mm-hmm. But first we're going to build off our broth because that's really important. So the stuffing is flavored, but we want to make sure that our broth is deeply flavored as well, or else this soup will fall flat. So we add some onions.
You already have some oil in there?
And we have some oil and some butter going because that's going to make this really flavorful. Yeah. We're going to add a little bit of carrot.
Right.
We're going to add some mushrooms. We're going to add a lot of stuff is really what we're doing.
Well, you're making a good, healthy broth.
And then we're going to add some garlic and then just some herbs. So I always say to people, as the seasons change, so do our herb choices. So like thyme, sage, rosemary, those are going to be the things you're seeing now. Mm-hmm. So then we give that a stir. And you want it on like medium, high-ish heat because you want caramelization to form.
Okay.
That's really important because that's where the base and flavor of the soup is going to come from. So you want that to sort of like come up to like a little bit of a temperature. And how you'll know that it's ready to add the broth is that the onions start to get translucent and a little bit more flavorful.
Okay. All right.
And sorry, scented.
Scented.
Yes. So you add that.
It's a good base, isn't it?
It's a delicious base.
Yeah.
And so once you add the stock or broth, you just want to like turn it up a little because you want it to start coming up to a boil.
All right.
So now we're going to move on to our dumplings. This is the exciting part. So this is just a traditional dropped dumpling. So you just form it, drop it into boiling broth. And you want to make sure that your stuffing is moist. But if you like a dry stuffing on your Thanksgiving table, you can just add water to it to moisten it up again. So we're going to add one egg. Add one egg at a time because you might not need both. That's really important. It's like all about feel and texture with things. But all these recipes, Marilyn.ca.
You got it. Now I'm going to ask you this: when you're making your Thanksgiving dinner, do you do the stuffing on the outside of the bird? Because I
honestly think that's like rolling the dice. You might get sick. You might not get sick.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know what? I always say that to people about food safety. There's some things where it's like you might have gotten away with it, your grandma might get away with it, but you might not.
Okay. So I like doing two different ones, right? So
I
like
give
to do
people options.
Yeah. So if you've got leftovers, because
Yeah, well. And the thing is I always encourage people to make big Thanksgiving meals regardless of how many people are there, because then you can have like lots of food options going on.
Right.
So we're going to add this to the bowl.
So what you did was one egg, you did a little bit of flour.
One egg, a little bit of flour, and I always, like, the recipe's on Marilyn.ca, but you want to go by feel. So you want it to, like, I'm going to use my hands here, like, it's going to get messy. And so
that looks good.
You just make it like that. And so you make a few of those. Just like that.
What's your favorite dressing? Do you like savory?
Savory. I hate fruit and savory, sweet and savory together. Like, I think that's criminal. That's just a personal choice. But so I never do it. Cranberry sauce, like, that can go on the other end of the table. Not for me. So once we have a few of these balls ready to go, or dumplings, that's like a nice way to say it. So you would want your broth to be, like, simmering and everything. But
for quite a while.
Yes, for quite a while. And then you just simply drop them in like that. Just going to wipe my hands here. And also a tip, too, if you are making a lot of these dumpling balls or anything with dough, if your hands are wet, it doesn't stick to your hands as much.
Okay.
So that's a little tip.
Good to know.
So then what we do is we just add the lid, and again, you would have simmering broth.
And that simmers for how long?
About 5 to 7 minutes.
Perfect.
And then what happens...
Ah, you see? This looks so good. It's really good. Would you say that's on the stove prior to putting the dumplings in?
Prior to putting the dumplings in, I would say it's on the stove for about 15 minutes.
15 minutes prior to putting the dumplings in.
And this can easily be, this is like a 30-minute meal because everything we're using is already cooked. Like, we have the shredded turkey that's already cooked, the stuffing's already cooked. And the beauty of these dumplings is that we already know we like the flavor because we liked it as a stuffing. So we're going to like it as a dumpling.
Even more. All right.
So then we just... add like so.
And put some more turkey on.
And you want to be a little bit delicate because dumplings do break.
Do you want any more turkey?
Yeah, throw some in there.
Can I?
Yeah.
Throw it right down there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Turkey. Yeah. And then you have some What
some
is it?
fresh thyme to
okay.
put over top.
Okay.
And what I love about thyme is it's beautiful in the summer and it's also beautiful in the winter. And then we're gonna add a little bit of lemon zest. You're gonna add a little bit of lemon zest.
Am I?
You are. I didn't come here to work. No, just kidding.
Okay.
I did.
That's a little bit.
Just a little bit. Because what that's going to do, because the dumplings
so
can be
good.
a little bit, they can be heavy. And so what this does is it brightens up the flavor of the whole soup.
But you
That's
told
a bit-
me
that-
don't.
we're
No,
good.
I like long lemon. But the thing is, don't get into the white of it because it gets
No,
bitter.
because that's when it gets bitter.
Well,
Exactly.
happy post-Thanksgiving,
Happy
Bianca.
Thanksgiving!
If you like to make Bianca Osbourne soup, just go to Marilyn.ca for the recipe. Thank you so much. We'll be right back, everybody.